Innovations during World War II. Pigeon-guided missiles? And here's the best part! They work! The technology used during World War II was interesting, to say the least, but something that assisted in this was the automobile. Yeah, you thought I gave that argument up, didn't you? The big thing that Henry Ford did with his car manufacturing company was start using the assembly line. The assembly line may seem like something that doesn't matter today, but without this innovation, popularized by a car company, a lot of the mass-produced supplies from World War II would have taken a long time to make, and in turn drag on the war for a few more years. A great example of how the assembly line helped bring a faster end to the war is how we mass-produced airplanes. As we saw in one of Ms. Johnson's videos, the US was producing more airplanes than we could possibly need. So with all these airplanes being made, we noticed that some of the supplies were running short faster than others. One of these supplies being rubber. During the war, Germany needed rubber for various things like boots, jackets, and planes. Since England did their best to prevent them from getting these supplies, they ran into some complications. To remedy this, they began producing synthetic rubber, a polymer that was quicker to make and, from what I understand, better than traditional rubber. So that was a great improvement for their short supply. But you know what wasn't in short supply? Weapons. During the war, both the Axis powers and the Allies were studying the atom and rocket propulsion. Even though we had nefarious uses for these items during the war, the Cold War showed us that we can easily use these innovations for good. Even though nuclear power appears to have horrible effects on the environment, it's a lot more efficient when compared to coal. Over 10 years after World War II ended, on VE Day, we used the knowledge we obtained to begin the space race in 1957. This was a big piece in human history where we were innovating and finding new ways to learn about the universe around us. Now, we could have come up with these ideas without war, but that's what gave us our drive. There was a reason to find out the inner workings of the things around us, and though at first it appears to be for the worst, it can bring up some amazing results. Like the satellites above our heads, the phones in our pockets, and the computer I made this very video on. With all the negative things that happen in war, it can bring a million other things that, at this point, we can't live without. So here's the million-dollar question. Is war the worst possible thing that could happen? Or is it just something that pushes us in a better direction? That's a debatable topic, so for now, are there any questions?